At Shaare Zedek Medical Center in Jerusalem, a baby is about to be born. As director of neonatal care, Arthur Edelman has witnessed thousands of births. But he has never ceased to wonder at the mysterious process of bonding that goes on in these first moments. Hebrew University psychologist Marcia Cates has teamed up with Dr. Edelman to learn more about how mothers and infants bond. They're starting at the beginning. They want to find out how a mother can tell which baby is hers immediately after birth. So, strictly for scientific purposes, Marcia is taking baby pictures.
Just take a look at all of them, one after the other.
Susan gave birth 24 hours ago. Since then, she has spent 3 hours with her baby. Arthur asks her to pick out her baby's photograph.
I can take the right one home, though, even
Absolutely.
if I make a mistake.
As it turns out, this is not Susan's baby. This is Susan's baby. Marcia and Arthur have found that new mothers have trouble recognizing their babies by sight until they've spent at least 5 hours together. This woman is a control subject in the experiment. She is not a mother. Without being told why, she's been asked to spend 1 hour with this newborn.
I'm going to show you pictures of 6 babies, and I want you to point with your finger.
The astonishing finding here, most non-mothers can pick the right photograph after spending just 1 hour with an infant.
It's that one. You sure? Yeah, I'm sure.
Remember that new mothers need at least 5 hours. What's going on here? Why are they so bad at recognizing their babies by sight? Maybe something happens to new mothers after the rigors of childbirth.
It dawned on us that maybe their intelligence or their other cognitive senses may not be working as they did prior to the birth. That something goes on after the birth that somehow changes the cognitive layout of the women.
An IQ test sheds light on this theory.
Anna Thompson of South Boston, employed as a scrub woman in an office building, reported at the City Hall station that she had been held up on State Street the night before and robbed of $15.
Susan now has to recall the details of this simple story.
Anna Thompson of South Boston, who was employed as a scrub woman somewhere.
She's having trouble. And when Marcia gives her a visual memory test, Susan does no better. In fact, for 24 hours after childbirth, most women's test scores are below average. Marcia and Arthur call it the mush brain effect. But mush brain moms do know which baby is theirs. To find out how, Marcia is collecting undershirts. The tests only measure higher brain functions like intelligence and memory. Marcia thinks something much more basic might be at work here.
We know that animals who can identify their own babies use smell. So we're testing whether human mothers might also be able to use smell to identify their babies.
תוציאו את הגופייה מהשק, תריחי, תאמין לי איזה של התינוק שלך.
Ilana has spent less than 1 hour with her baby since birth. She has 3 undershirts to choose from.
מוכנה לבחור? אז תבחרי. את בטוחה? 100%?
And she's right. So smell seems to work. What about touch? This mother, who has both her eyes and nose blocked by the blindfold, has to pick out her baby by feeling the back of its hand.
שתי אצבעות. אוקיי. את מוכנה לבחור?
She too chooses the correct baby without hesitation.
הראשון.
So mothers can recognize their babies by touch or smell. That's an important finding for the researchers, but it's no surprise to the mothers.
זה אמא מרגישה את הריח של הילדה שלה, זה הרגשה, פשוט מרגישה. חוש ריח של אמא.
Their relationship will get more complicated soon. But we now know that mother and child start their lives together at a very primal level.
Nature apparently has designed a way for the mother to recognize that that infant is hers and to begin to build that attachment. And the sooner that she builds this strong attachment, the better it is for the baby in the long run.